we come to the question of what matters most, of what makes life truly worth living as human beings. It's inescapable. That's just what we are. But what it means to be a human, what a human being really is, and what our place is in the world, these are questions that great thinkers have disagreed about and that really shape our responses to that core question of what makes for good lives. Consider a couple examples here. The philosopher Susan Wolf, in trying to suss out what it means for lives to have meaning, notes that we're little specks of dust on a speck of dust in an immense, incomprehensible cosmos. And so she says, there would be something unfitting, something that didn't quite sit right if we treated our own enjoyment, our own feelings of happiness or pleasure, our own whims, as all that really mattered. And so meaningful lives, she goes on to say, are ones that engage in interpersonal projects of some positive value. There's a connection there between her sense of our smallness and her sense that our individual lives can't be meaningful if we're our own standard of the good and what matters. Another example would be this. The Jewish rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel maintains, based on scripture, that the human being is created in the image of God. And Heschel says this gives us a great dignity. And you might think, well, you infer from that we're very valuable and very important. And on the one hand, Heschel says this is true. It's the dignity of human being that gives a sanctity to our lives. No matter what we do with our lives, we have a value because the image of the one who made us. But it also means, that dignity of our lives, that it would be a waste, that it would be unbefitting of something so dignified to live our lives in certain ways. The kind of ways that the Jewish tradition calls sin. Again, there's a question of fit between who and what we are and how we ought to live. Now, these are only two of the myriad ways that you could go about answering, and that people have gone about answering the question of what a human being is and what our place is in the world. But you should be able to see by now that how we answer that question matters, that our responses make a difference for how we live, and that we need to wrestle with our sense of what it truly means to be a human being in this world.